So I'm in the midst of doing an oil change and servicing the bus. I've done all the greasing and adjusting the brakes and the drive shaft grease and check and all that stuff. Anyway, so on my bus I have this collection system for the airbox drip tubes, and this drip tube canister fills up, and you take this big nut off the bottom and it has a tube in it. You drain that out every time you change the oil. I use two 5-gallon buckets. The reason why I'm saying this is because someone asked me this question not long ago, and I walked them through how to do this. And typically I put the first bucket, I hold it up and take the plug off, and I hold it up until it starts to run, and then I set it down until it fills up to about 5 inches from the top. And then I just lift up a second bucket and slide the first bucket forward while it's draining, and you don't spill a drop on the ground. I have these pads on the ground that make it easier to slide. And for the oil filter, to get it off, I always drain it off first by poking a hole in it with a hammer and a screwdriver, and then I'll stick this in here and turn it so that I can get it off without any difficulty. And draining that thing out first makes it a lot neater job. So just a couple of tips for you 06 owners. Now once it stops draining, you can drive the screwdriver in just far enough to grab it, and you can turn it like that and get it started. Makes it a whole lot easier. Anyway, so there are the tricks. So this is what this oil collector looks like. It's just a hollow tube that goes up inside this canister, and the air box drips into this canister where it collects. The hollow tube allows it to breathe, and the oil collects in there during an oil change. And then, now I'm going to show you putting it in, but taking it out is just the opposite, except for it's much messier, and I couldn't do it with one hand and hold the recorder here. So anyway, you just put it in there, tighten it up, clean it off. Doesn't have to be really clean because it doesn't do anything anyway. And that's it. No big deal. Works great though.